Hackmania.com, promo code WATP. We're going to be in Las Vegas May 9th through 11th. I'll be there May 8th. Come down a day early. Hang out with us. We're going to have a blast. Live podcasts. Maybe Nick or Cater will be there. We don't know. But come down. Check out Hackmania.com for more information.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
Breaking news in the Dabbleverse. December 19th. That was
2 days
Thursday night. Thursday night. John flies back to New York City, and he's going to spend the holidays with his mom and his family. But first, he's going to go out with some friends. He hangs out with his brother-in-law, who lives in Manhattan. And then from there, he goes out to a restaurant and meets up with a friend. And that friend is someone we all know. And the story was broke on the 20th, Friday, at 4:13 p.m. when TM Zumock posted this on Twitter. John and Kate Meany went out to dinner and a strip club last night after she taped all of his phone calls and clowned him. And there's the photo of them at the restaurant, both giving peace signs to the camera. It looks like Kate's holding up the phone.
It's also
a selfie.
Looks like she is drunk out of her mind, high out of her mind.
What? That's not the Kate I know. And also, John responded to this with, the Duke spent the night at a lady's apartment. The Duke had a fun night. Now, if I'm going to translate that, John is saying, I fucked Kate Meany. How else would you translate that, right? It seems to me like John, who uses the third person, the Duke, is claiming, because he posted this on this photo, that he fucked Kate Meany. Now, we're going to find out if any of that's true. We're going to dig into this because John went on his show after this was divulged and talked to Clay Dabbler about it and explained what was going on. It seems like you guys are following this.
Oh, yes.
This news story, this breaking news story.
It's hard to turn away.
It is very difficult to turn away. But where I want to start is this was all broke on MLC, Missoula's company, with Kevin Brennan. And I was doing This Little Piggy at the time. So we found out about it while I was doing This Little Piggy. So I missed this, but Kevin Brennan decided to call Greg Fitzsimmons. Now, why would he call Fitzdog, you ask? I'll tell you why. Greg Fitzsimmons happens to be the godfather of Kate Meany because he was very close with Kate Meany's father, Kevin Meany. And when we were doing DabbleCon 2 and Shuli was promoting the tapes and Shuli's going, we got the phone calls between Kate and John. We're going to play him at DabbleCon 2. Greg reached out to Shuli and said, don't do that. You know, this is Kate. She's my goddaughter.
That's not right.
I want to protect her and all this kind of stuff. And Shuli went, well, she's an adult and she sent me this shit to play and she's told me to play it. And I've made sure she's okay with it. She definitely is. So we did it. So that's the connection. So Kevin Brennan has Greg's phone number and decides to call Greg. And this is the message.
After she taped his calls.
I can't answer your call. I just can't.
At the tone, please
Is that Greg
record.
Fitzsimmons?
When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
You know your goddaughter is fucking Stuttering John?
Oh, shit.
You know she's back doing coke? Does her mom know this? She's back doing coke. We have a private detective following her. She's back doing coke with Stuttering John, and she spent the night with Stuttering John. You were all worried about her? Now where are you, you fucking nothing? And Buschetti thinks you're a fucking piece of shit.
Thank you, So Thorough Joe Burrow, for playing that clip for us. But this is crazy. I don't have to remind you guys what went down with Kate and John. The FBI was involved. The mom, the grandmother. He was going to sue. He called Kate every horrible thing you can call someone, a prostitute, a drug addict, a coke whore. Posted all of this stuff for everyone to see. I mean, he literally has said he reported Kate 3 different times to the FBI and wanted to sue her and her mother for taping these phone conversations. Now they're friends again?
Yeah, I know.
And they're going out together? I believe this is the first time they've ever actually seen each other together.
Yeah.
Because she was supposed to go to the nephew's wedding with John. Then everything
pissed
blew up.
She backed out of that.
Yeah, so that didn't end up
And then
happening.
Kate Meany's like, oh, it turns out there's a hole in the bottom of this barrel that I can sink even further down past this.
Yeah, so what is Kate up to? Because
Occupied.
I said when we were doing this little piggy and I found out this news, my first instinct was, we're going to hear every conversation that happened that night on the Uncle Rico show in a month. So my first thought was Kate Meany is just like, he's going to fall for this again? Let's go. Why not? But what do you guys think?
I don't think so. I think it's all drug related.
Okay.
I think he lured her in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
I think that the two of them went out and had a fun, stupid night that probably involved lots and lots of dumb things.
Okay. John doesn't have money.
Yeah,
And he
I'm
doesn't have
aware of
drug
that.
connections. Kate, I don't know if she has money, but she definitely has drug connections and knows younger people. Like, why would she need John in order to have a coke-fueled fun evening?
Question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he mention her name on his show?
Okay.
That's a great question.
I have the clips.
Okay.
We're going to get into that because he's trying to be coy and cute.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, giant W. Chad Zumach gets a W for breaking this news story. Stuttering John gets a W for going out with Kate Meany, who he's been lusting after for all this time.
Oh, he's king of the world now.
King of the world. I'm giving him full dues. Let me go full screen right here so I can make sure everyone knows. I am giving John props right now. Chad Zumach has a W. John has a W. Kevin Brennan has a W for that phone call to Greg Fitzsimmons. I'm giving wins across the board right now for everything that's happening.
So who gets the L? Kate Meany?
Well, no.
Greg Fitzsimmons?
John's going to tell us who gets the L's. But first, he's not even sure how this leaked out.
It's fucking.
Look at the filter he's using. People are picking up on this now. That he
It's
is
horrible.
He complains about Cardiff, but Cardiff looks more like a human than John does.
Yeah, John looks more like a potato.
Yeah, that's not what John looks like at all.
It's fucking. I don't know how people find shit out. I don't know. I don't care, but I don't know how they find shit out.
Of course, you don't care. You love it.
I mean, doesn't matter.
He's so happy.
Don't matter to me. Let's just say I had a wonderful time last night. Eat your heart out, baby fatso.
He's loving this. This is
Yeah.
This is what he wanted to have
I hate
happen.
victory lap.
He's
John.
not. Oh, I love it. He's not the one who had to brag about this. Chad leaked it, and now this is a big W for John. Take that, Chad. I was with the girl because remember, Kate Meany was stringing both of them along for a long time. There were, I believe, Chad talked about like an 8-hour conversation he had with Kate on the phone or some ridiculous amount of time. That I love all you guys. I would never talk to any of you for 8 hours. It's retarded. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But so now John is the winner here. He got the girl and Chad broke it and he's bragging about this. We'll get more into that. But first, John traveled on Thursday from Cape Coral to New York. And so Wednesday night, he was wasted. He was up doing a show with Rob Saul, just getting hammered. So then he has to get up early Thursday, and he gets up, and he sees there's a car parked out in front of his house.
I mean, I walk out of my fucking house, there's a car fucking in front of my... What? So...
It's creepy.
It's really creepy. So then I get in a cab, I call the Cape Coral Police Department, because I'm like, shit, if somebody's seeing exactly when I'm leaving, they'll know that I'm not in the house,
Okay. This fucking guy calling the police.
What do you want, John?
It's out of control. It's so ridiculous. It's literally that South Park episode where the Karen keeps calling them. And John, his complaint is there was a car looking at his house, and now they're going to know he's not home. John parked out in front of my house for 20 minutes and live streamed it, knowing that I wasn't home. This fucking asshole kicked out. Should I be calling the cops on John?
Hypocrite.
Yeah, I don't understand why he thinks one thing's okay and the other isn't. But this is John's nuts. The fact that there'd be a car parked in front of his house, he calls the police, is so pathetic. He's such a loser for doing that. And then he's so bad at managing himself as an adult. I travel a lot. I deal with airports and times to arrive and times to be ready to get on the flight. John cannot pull it off.
So then I'm like, oh, so then I almost missed I get to the airport. I walked to the wrong gate because it said, because it's connecting flight and it said D3. And then I go to D3 and they said, no, that's out of Charlotte. You got to go, your gate's in B. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So then
Okay, two things right here. Mm-hmm. First off, whenever you go to an airport, the first thing you do is you look at that little thing that tells you where your gate's going to be because that's the most up-to-date information. And it's going to tell you whether it's delayed or on time or whatever it is. That's the first thing you do. Second thing here. So he's looking at the wrong ticket. He's got two of his tickets. He's looking at the ticket from Charlotte to New York. And not only did he not realize it when he got to the gate and went, oh, that's not going to Charlotte. He had to go up and talk to the person. Is this going to Charlotte or what? Because my thing says D3. And they're like, dummy, that's the wrong scroll. Yeah, that's the one right there. B7. He's like, oh, he couldn't figure it out on his own. He had to go talk to the person at the gate to find that out.
I'm imagining him going to the wrong gate, dealing with all of that, and then looking at his ticket again and going, okay, so it looks like I have to go to seat B14.
Right.
And he walks over to gate
B14. Or he looked at the other ticket and he goes, oh, my flight doesn't leave for another 4 hours.
At least he went to the right airport, right, Carl?
He didn't go to the
Carl
right airport.
and I were coming back from seeing No Effects in New York City, and I told our Uber driver to take us to the wrong airport.
Yes, we discovered it at some point. I went,
yeah, when you were going to the exit, it was like JFK. You're like, we're not flying out of JFK.
I know. I wasn't paying attention. I just figured that Andy knows how to
Knew the difference between JFK and LaGuardia.
gate because it said, because it's connecting flight and it said D3. And then I go to D3 and they say, no, that's out of Charlotte. You got to go, your gate's in B. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So then I'm like running like OJ.
Oh my God, I would pay anyone $300 for that footage. John running through the airport. But it wasn't like OJ.
Yeah, it was like OJ today.
Right.
Typical Duke.
Yeah, so I get on the plane and I knew that I did not want to miss this plane because I had a very important person to see.
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh, it's coy John. So this is a new version of John. What he's doing here, he's playing coy, and we're going to see examples of this, where he lets Clay say that he closed the deal. And right. John doesn't say, no. He just makes faces like, sly dog, you know? He does that sort of thing. So he's implying that he fucked Kate Me. I just want to make that very clear as we watch these clips. But I didn't even pull this clip because it's just more of this shit. Then he almost missed his next flight. He had a 3-hour layover. And he's like, and then I was live streaming. And then I didn't realize they had already like called my name over the loudspeaker.
Yeah. How many layover beers were involved?
All of them.
Yeah.
He is such an idiot. He has no idea how to navigate the world on his own. He couldn't put his cats in a cat carrier when he drove cross country. This is just basic shit. Everyone knows how to do
That is basic shit.
It's very basic. All right. So now you saw the note from Chad saying they went to dinner and then they went to a strip club. John is going to confirm the strip club.
But I'm going to say that, yes, we did go to a strip club. And we had a lovely time.
Did you spend a lot of dough?
See that face right there? I just want to point this out. This is a face you make. Well, I don't. This is the face John makes. If he like got Kate and a stripper to do a threesome, what is he implying here with this face? He went to a strip club. Now it's later revealed that he didn't get a lap dance. She didn't get a lap dance. They argued with the bouncer.
I was going to say they got into a fight.
Yeah, he almost got his own words, the shit beat out of him.
Right, yeah, it's coming up in a second.
He's cheesing.
So, but what does that mean? What do you mean he's cheesing?
He's so proud of himself.
Yeah.
He's so proud of himself. He managed to turn around this situation that was so horrible for him.
Right. He's going to sue
now
arrest.
Kate is in love with him again.
Right.
And in addition to that, she's Kate Meany. So she's young and she's prettier than him. And she all these things. And it's fucking insanity because he spent so much time being like, I would never date a girl that's that young.
it was nonstop.
Good point.
How could you even imply that I would do that? I have OCD and I have a rule in my OCD. My kid's older, so therefore.
And now this is his face.
And now this is his face when he's implying that he had this crazy drug-fueled party night at strip clubs and places with Kate Meany.
That's the implication is his whole move. Because taking a younger woman to a strip club, it's like, that's not turning her on.
No.
That is, maybe turning you on. And maybe she's just like, maybe he'll be distracted by these other people and stop trying to kiss me. I have to stop fighting him off. If he gets a lap dance, too bad he can't afford a lap dance.
Right.
So it just becomes another, misfire from him, really. But
Okay, wait, can I just... I'm sorry, go ahead.
She was just picking up coke at the club. That's what I think.
Okay.
It was a one-stop shop.
That makes sense.
I also think that it's possible. We keep talking about the fact that he doesn't have any money. He's with his mom, and his mom is a giant enabler, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He stole money from his mom.
Yeah, I think he has money from his mom.
Yeah.
Okay. But he hasn't gone to his house yet. So his day
that's a good point.
was
That's
flying
a good point. All right.
New York, takes the train to Grand Central Station, walks to his brother-in-law's.
Yep.
Then
Where's his luggage? At his brother-in-law's?
probably, yeah.
Is that where
Probably
he's
dropped it off
staying?
there. Oh, he stayed at Kate's house.
Yeah, but where's he staying after that?
He's at his mom's house the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll find out all this stuff.
Did you spend a lot of dough depleting the Dukes?
It was $15 a beer.
Imagine, this is your big brag. I went to a strip club with Kate Meany. He's like, yeah, it was expensive. Dude, wasn't it fucking expensive? Like, I would have been like, yeah, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, these chicks are so on. I'm there with Kate. Instead, he just like immediately goes to $15 a beer. Like, yeah, you're in Manhattan at a strip club.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I couldn't afford a lap dance because I had 3 beers.
He admits he has 2. Which, if he spent more than 15 minutes there, is not his normal drinking time. He's slowing way down with $15 a beer.
Yeah. Quite expensive, isn't it? That's a lot of money. Isn't it?
And they almost
Good stuff.
beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Who the bouncers?
Again, let me back up. I mean, look, the Duke, this is my last week, pretty much. So what a wonderful ending, Clay, than to have the Duke really sticking it to everybody.
The Duke wins. Duke wins again.
Now, I know John's saying December 31st is his last day. There's a lot of speculation on why that is. Is he going to some type of rehab facility starting January 1st? Are there other things going on family related that he has to get off the internet? Is he making this up as a grift to get as much money as possible in the month of December? I don't think that if he's still riding high like he is right now, the Duke right here, got the hot young girlfriend and everything else, there's no way he's leaving the internet.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go out and brag every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to victory lap until he steps on the next rake.
Correct.
While he's running.
Yes.
Let's see. The fun police
Like
are showing
OJ.
up. To
Like OJ.
So then he starts speculating because he's been talking to Kate on the phone again lately. And he starts talking about, is she recording him all over again? Because that's something that I would consider if someone like, I don't know, stand me in the back. And then they're like, hey, want to be friends again? I'd be like,
I wouldn't talk to them.
I don't know, maybe not. But John, his dick is smarter than his brain. That's smarter, but you know what I mean. So John's thinking with his dick, but he wants to cover his tracks. So he's going to say, by the way, if she is taping me, all I'm doing is lying to her all the time.
And I don't even care if she was taping me or not, because it wouldn't matter.
Don't matter now, does it?
It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. Plus, I would say shit just to be over the top, like crazy.
Yeah, outlandish. Yeah.
Because and she doesn't know this, but I'm sure she'll understand. I made a video last week with the date, and I made a bet on Hard Rock Bets. And in the video that I have with the date, so it's all legit, I say, I know she's taping me, so I'm saying the craziest fucking shit because I don't care.
He's covering his ass right here. He did the same thing when he was getting catfished, where he was making videos all along the way to be like, I know I'm getting catfished, but then he'd be initiating, just in case you want to meet me in Atlantic City, I'm going to be in Atlantic City. But then he'd be making these videos to show, in case something happens, I knew it all along. This is what he's doing. He's hedging his bet. Also, this idea that he's saying the craziest, most outlandish shit, the stuff that was on the tapes originally, and I can only imagine if she's recording him now, what we might hear, is stuff about his ex-wife being a C-word, his oldest trans kid being mentally ill, having all these issues physically and mentally, like all this stuff that you wouldn't say to get a rise out of someone. It's like really personal.
It's personal stuff.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that you share with somebody because you think
trust
that they
them.
care about you.
Yes, correct.
Right. This wasn't integrity verification.
Right. This is the stuff you share with someone or you don't at all. Should be
Right.
where I would go with it. But then after he says all of that, so he's covering his ass, he's got this all figured out just in case she backstabs him again. But then he lets his guard down immediately.
It didn't matter to me because I really do care about this person. I always have. But what changed in this past month. So all the time that I was saying that I would, whoever this person is, that I would never, too young, whatever. I really believe that. But,
I don't know why he's pretending that we don't all know he's talking about Kate Meany, too.
Yeah.
It's just the only person it could possibly be. You're just at a photo with her. That's all you guys are talking about.
This was the weirdest part of this whole scenario for me because what we had was Chad going on MLC saying the exact story of what happened that night.
Yep.
And then the next day, John going and talking
Confirms
with Clay
it.
and saying the exact same story but omitting Kate's name.
Right.
What, like,
That's the point.
And I'll be honest, I was completely convinced that all the Chad stuff was exaggerated.
Sure.
I didn't know where to go with any of this.
I would think Chad was full of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Until you just showed the picture on this show.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. I thought they might have been in cahoots,
Right, make
just
up a
trying to
story.
get fuck over the shitway or whatever the fuck their work they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So really, I just think John is told Kate, I won't say your name, but Chad will, and everybody will know anyway. So he probably just told her he wouldn't bring her up, and he's being coy because of that.
Okay.
I mean, Chad is claiming that he got the information from an inside source.
Correct.
So he is saying, I know this information and I know it independently of anything else.
Well, Chad lied and said that he hired a private investigator to
Yeah,
follow John around New York City, which is fun. Yeah, I would plant things like that too if I was Chad trying to fuck with John, so that's fine. Obviously not what happened. But
How did Chad find out then?
Well, no one really knows.
Okay.
But what we do know is that it wasn't just John and Kate. It was John and Kate and another couple.
Yes.
And there could have been other people involved too. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Dabbleverse is pretty big. There's a lot of people who know, everyone's pointing and laughing at Stuttering John. And they would want to get photos of John and Kate out and then give them to people like Chad Zumach. It's very possible that,
And a lot of them might be at strip clubs.
or at that restaurant,
restaurants.
or meeting up with Kate.
Or at a coke dealer's house.
Correct. All of these things are correct. So we don't know any of that. But isn't that interesting? The clip that I just played, where John first starts saying, by the way, I'm saying all this horse shit to Kate. So if she is taping me, none of it's real. He's like, but things are different now. You just heard him say that. Things have changed.
Yeah.
I trust her. He goes on to say how smart she is, just complimenting Kate.
He's talking like a battered
We're
woman.
back to him sending her the ring light.
Yes.
We're back into that. I can't wait for her to get another ring light.
This is what I love about the Dabbleverse and Stuttering John specifically, is that when you watch Looney Tunes, you know that the coyote's going to go after the Roadrunner and he's going to fail miserably. And you go, why won't he learn? He's investing all this money in all these Acme products. I don't know if he owns stock, what the deal is, but you would think eventually, it's just not going to happen. This is John's actual life.
Yeah.
He's Wile E. Coyote in real fucking life.
all cyclical.
He's literally 6 feet off the edge of a cliff, just running in place.
Don't look down, John. Don't look down. You got this.
Oh, my package from Acme's here.
Okay, so now John starts dropping hints about Kate maybe still using drugs. Can we say that Kate enjoys cocaine? I think that's true, right?
I can.
Yeah, I think that it's been put out there as a fact.
I think the tapes revealed that.
Yeah, right. There was talk about getting blow for the wedding, and John offered to do blow with her when
A
she
lot of blow.
visit him in Florida. Yeah, it was a little too much, in my opinion, for one wedding.
White wedding.
Who are you to judge?
It might have been a really boring wedding. Maybe it was the right amount. I don't know. So this is John hinting that she's still doing stuff.
After the restaurant, and we barely eat. We barely eat. We
Because you
order
couldn't keep your
paella.
hands off each other. Is that what?
Yeah, and we barely ate.
Well, that's interesting right there. Again, he's letting Clay say this stuff. And then not only did he not deny it, he confirmed it. Oh, you couldn't keep your hands off each other. Because I can only imagine Kate sees a 6-year-old stuttering John and just is like, oh my God, I am just so horny right now. It's just, I can't control myself. So Clay says that, and John just goes, yeah.
Because
we
you
ordered
couldn't keep your
paella.
hands off each other. Is that what?
Yeah, and we barely ate. Like we had I think I had 2 or 3 tortilla chips. We went to a Mexican place.
Oh.
And then we had a couple of stuffed jalapenos and peanut butter.
Ugh. By the way, I have to say, I know that Kate's into anal, not going to Mexican. That's not dinner plans for me. I would have planned to have a little bit better than this, but
Let's
whatever.
get pancakes.
Yeah. It tracks with John's financial situation. We ate the free chips and salsa,
you're right.
and we shared an appetizer that sounds
Peanut butter
fucking
stuffed
disgusting.
jalapeno.
Doesn't he at some point? Maybe I'm entirely misremembering this. He was talking about paella for entirely too long, and I was like, "Why are you telling us this?"
Yeah. I think it's in this clip.
It's the only thing that really happened.
And then we ordered paella and split it, and we barely fucking ate any of it. This woman didn't even. I don't even think she took 3 bites.
I mean, what's the point of that story unless he's implying? You know what I mean? There's no other reason to talk about how little she ate at dinner.
It's either to imply that she's on drugs or to imply that he's getting anal sex tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, actually, let's not eat a lot of food just in case, huh?
Yeah, Mexican.
Let me
Bad
time
move.
this out for you.
What did you have for lunch?
Yeah.
Why do you ask? So, we'll be tasting it later. So, at some point, John claims that he lent his rich brother-in-law $300. And Clay's just like, well, I bet he didn't pay you back. And John doesn't move. I have not seen since I believe Chad Zumach did this. I think it's the last time we've seen someone flaunt their money like they're in a hip-hop video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Duke don't lie. Duke don't lie. Duke don't lie.
What are you paying me for this stream?
Clay, how much? How much?
Is this...
300.
Is that crazy?
Duke does not lie.
He pulled out 3 $100 bills and showed it off to the camera.
Right.
And Clay Dabber's just like, yeah, everyone has $300, man.
Not
I
impressive.
have a full-time job. I have $300. What do you mean?
I don't know. My pussy's pretty wet right now.
Well, now that you mentioned that, Lucy, let me see what I got over here.
Yeah, what's 375 get me?
What? Oh, we're doing a bidding war now, Andy? Who invited this asshole?
I bet $3.75.
Oh, okay, good. All right, I got you beat then. Thank God. Whew. Wasn't that Chad who was doing that? He was proving how much money he made at the gig or something.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
pulling out 20s.
Oh yeah, people were saying he couldn't pay his rent, and he walked
Yeah,
in
it was something
the
like
back
that.
room and brought out his rent money.
What a fucking loser, John! If you're showing cash, and it's not even like $10,000 stacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what you'd see in a rap video, like fucking fanning yourself with $10,000. Like I'd be like, oh, that's impressive. That seems like a lot of money, to have sitting around. $300 at your mom's house, and he lost his phone. He lost his cell phone. Apparently, him. I think Kate lost hers too, or something. Like, what a fucking night this was. What a lunatic. 59 years old, John. What are you doing? Go to strip clubs and losing your phone. So now John confirms where he spent the night before.
I didn't leave the apartment until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's crazy. So what's next? Are you seeing that person again?
I hope so.
Anytime soon?
I would like to.
Okay. I hope so. I would like to. Doesn't sound like there's solid plans being made. He's implying, I'll use John's term, that he shagged Kate Meany. Maybe multiple times if you're not leaving until 1.
What
Come on,
the next
stop
day?
it.
I would think that if he did actually get laid, he would have left early, and I think that he didn't. So he was hanging around till 1, trying to get laid.
Well, I think they were up doing blow all night,
Yeah,
so they didn't go to bed until very late.
That's exactly what I thought.
That'd be my guess. Like when you're getting up at like 12:30 in the afternoon, and you're like, all right, you got to go. Like that would be the scenario.
And for a guy who, I think he's admitted to taking ED pills and stuff. Coke doesn't help that.
No, definitely not. Pushing that rope. That's what a 25-year-old wants. So John, like I said, he lost his phone and has no idea where it is.
So, people are asking me, like, because we had a lot of pictures that we took together, but I can't access them. So, Dustin, if you're watching this, I know I sent you two, not the one that surfaced, but so if you could send me those, at least I'll have something to remember this wonderful night. Oh, what a night. In December back in 24.
Bring back Dalia.
I went to an apartment and she opened the door.
Boom.
And anyway, she's a wonderful person.
Again, implying that he fucked Kate Meany. Now, if he didn't, and I'm Kate, I'm angry about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kate has a reputation. It's not a great one. A lot of people
This
think
is not helping.
A lot of people think that she sleeps with a lot of dudes for nefarious reasons. And so the fact that John comes on here singing songs about the night that he had and bragging about leaving at 1 the next day, and it doesn't help that Clay's going bom chicka bow wow. I'm killing it over here. But it's also weird that it's like, you're gonna hang out there again. He's like, I don't know. And I didn't pull this clip, but later on he talks about these two other girls he's supposed to meet up with. One he's known since 4th grade, so she's probably a looker. And the other one I forgot is maybe the girl that he took to the Belmont last time or whatever. But he's like, I might cancel my plans with them because now I got this young, hot girlfriend going on. So I'm rooting for him. I hope he hangs out with Kate the rest of the holidays. I hope it's just nonstop old guy sex.
Gross.
I hope it's a very white Christmas for Kate Meany. I'm dreaming of it. I have a clip on here, Lucy, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
That will haunt you.
No, what?
For years to come.
Oh, no.
Look, the Duke's always been horny.
She's old. Exactly.
The Duke is very horny. I mean, overwhelmingly.
Overwhelmingly.
Could you imagine this guy is trying to bang a chick half his age, less than half his age, and he's going, and you know what's great about me is how horny I am. That's a turn on for a girl. Oh, he's always horny. Oh, neat.
Yeah. Why is he telling Clay this? Why are they always flexing for each other,
I don't know. Yes, they're constantly pulling up their shit, like literally flexing.
Yes.
I mean, you'd think that if you're in that context, you'd be like, oh, what do you mean flexing? No, literally flexing their muscles and then talking about how horny they are. And
Very homoerotic.
it's very weird. It's odd behavior.
I also think that it's odd behavior. So 2 clips ago, you played him being like, hey, can you please send me the pictures of me and Kate? I have never had an amazing, raucous night of sex where I was like, oh my God, it was so animalistic and everything was so wonderful. And,
Me neither. Anyway, you weren't finished yet?
And then been like, wow, I really need pictures of me and that person at dinner earlier that night.
Yeah, that's another
Like,
towel.
that's not the memory that I need.
That's not the towel. That's a towel right there. You're right. That's a good point.
He wants proof.
Oh, what if he finds
The
this
paella
phone?
was better than the sex.
He should have a iCloud account, though. He should be able to get to his photos, even if he lost his phone. He'd never figured that out.
No. Yeah, imagine watching that.
This is what happened.
What are you
talking about?
They went to the strip club. They got the cocaine.
Yeah.
The bouncer that sold him the cocaine said, he's like, how about I leave my phone with you? You give me twice as much cocaine. When I get the $300 from my brother-in-law, I'll come back. I'll give you the $300 and I'll get my phone back.
Interesting.
And then I have super amounts of cocaine
Yeah.
to take advantage of Kate Meany with.
Right.
That's what
Wow, you know how to do this.
Hey, that's what I do that all the time.
It's a good strategy.
Fucking truckers, man.
Rodeo.
Well, now my dick is lit, but I have no phone. That didn't work out the way I was hoping.
What a perfect night.
Christian Blast just putting in a bunch of puke emojis in the chat. It's crazy. So there was another show that happened, and this is what I was planning on doing. I put this in the description of this podcast episode. There was a show Wednesday night, I've already alluded to it, where John got wasted. Him and Rob Saul did a show together. And big credit to Penis Wrinkle, who messaged me on Patreon and told me about the show. So I downloaded it. It's been privated now. You can't get it. It's gone. I have the whole thing. And I want to play a couple of clips, but basically what I'm doing right now is...
The teaser.
Because I have Adam Bush coming on the next episode. We're going to actually record it on Monday so I can put it out on Christmas Day. So it'll be a regular Wednesday episode. Christian Blatt's going to join us as well. But I want to go through this Rob Saul episode with John and Rob getting blitzed, getting hammered. And I'll just show you a couple of clips of what I'm talking about here. This is a very drunk John right at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, God.
Smirnoff Ice.
Forgot to turn your filter on, John.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see the difference? Hold on, let me go back to...
Who's that lesbian on the left?
Yeah, nice hair, Rob. Nice shirt.
So, yeah, somebody found this shirt is on Forever 21. Good job, Rob. Very fashionable.
Smirnoff Ice.
Jesus.
That was nice of PTM.
Mr. and Bessie, thank you. I actually wanted one of these things. I needed one of these, Rob.
Yeah, where are you going to put it? He's got a big pickle, big whole pickle.
A whole pickle. This means it's him.
Is this when he flew into town? No.
The bell just rang.
This is the night before. This is Wednesday night. He has to catch a flight the next morning. He calls the cops on the car in front of his house, almost misses his flight, almost misses his next flight, then goes to a strip club with Kate Meany. It's been a wild 24 hours we're talking about.
Fucking bender.
It's crazy. It's holiday time, man. Let's go. Let's party. Let's do it. Don't have to worry about fucking internet issues like the rest of us. He's having a blast.
The bell just rang again. Oh, no. Oh, it's my doorbell.
So what's great here, Rob's muted, so we can actually hear what John's saying. And I turned it up.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, hi. What? Am I who? George Clooney? Way up.
So he just goes, what? Am I who? George Clooney? What Vince does, I've seen these. When he puts in an order to Grubhub or something, he puts in all these instructions. This is my uncle. He's very famous. Tell me he looks like George Clooney. He gets a kick out of that. He'll put in all these like random instructions and then he'll be like, I'll give you more of a tip if you do this sort of thing. So people are just fucking with John.
Oh, so you're doing your show too? So you have your own things? No, I know. So you get your own super chats, right?
Your own things.
So what John just saw was, and I don't know why Rob put this up, but Mason in Portland put up a chat, it's free chat, and it just has a bunch of pills going across it because people are speculating that Rob Saul might be on a lot of pills the way he acts. And I don't know, I watched this episode. I think that might be true. We'll get to the bottom of it with Adam Bush. But
so he can hear Rob, but we can't?
Right. And they fix it pretty quickly. Rob figures out how to get his audio working because people tell him they can't hear him.
Impressive.
It's actually the best way these two do a show together.
I was thinking that
Can't
too.
hear Rob Saul. So now John's talking about, again, very drunk. He's talking about that time that I think it was Kevin Brennan wished for John's airplane to go down. Remember that?
Yeah.
He goes, I hope his plane goes down. And John's like, what about all those innocent people? There's 200 people on the flight. You know, as if Kevin Brennan could wish these things into existence. So he remembers that. I can't believe that this is when a drunk John goes back through all of the people who spite him and all the memories that he has and things like that.
But
Yeah.
the person we don't speak about, I'll go to the village, M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely Kevin Brennan because
The fuck?
Rob Saul is in the middle of some type of legal action against Kevin Brennan. And so he won't talk about him. He's been instructed by his attorney to not talk about
And John's abiding by that?
Kevin Brennan.
Barely.
He's yelled at him a bunch of times. Rob Sal's told him a bunch of times, like,
What is this layout where it looks like Rob is snipe streaming his own show?
Yes. So Rob has to do that in order for his audio to work. That's why he's on twice. It's great.
That appear he once wished my plane went down while I was flying to Atlantic City, and then I responded going, so your hatred for me would want to, get rid of 300 other people.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
It is.
Wouldn't you say?
It's sick.
It is sick, Rob.
It is.
Rob, say it again. I mean, we're doing this is rhythm.
Take it away, Rob.
Forget it.
This is rhythm.
No, I was hoping you say it's sick again.
Oh, it's sick. It's goddamn sick. But yeah, my hair is almost. I was taking a nap because I'm all pilled up.
The chemistry here is fantastic. So Rob's trying to lean into the pill thing that's going on. And
Smart.
I just want to fast forward the last clip. We'll get into more of this in the next WATP episode. But these are how things conclude a couple of hours later.
But I mean, I listen, Neil, I feel like, that we had a fantastic show tonight.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, Rob, if you're trying to convince people you don't have a problem with drugs, maybe don't go on your show and go, I feel like,
So was that John's show and Rob was on and then he went and did his own show after that?
I think they were
Completely wasted?
simulcasting.
Oh, okay.
They were both doing a show, and so John leaves, and it's just him and Nasty Neil, and this is the one that's no longer available that I was able to download.
I can't wait, because I recognize that beer that Rob is drinking. That's Troeg's Mad Elf. That is a high octane beer.
Yeah, I think at one point he says it's 11%.
That will put you in the fucking ground. So
what about that with painkillers?
Yeah,
what will that do?
I've been looking forward to this because I know he's gonna be a fucking puddle.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Yeah, so that should be fun. We never really analyzed Rob that much on the show, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's great.
Very drunk and high and whatever else. Rob Saul. And with Adam coming on the show.
Who are these podcasts?